All of the newly elected council members call the election day a victory for the entire city of Ferguson.
But I'm most proud of the fact that a campaign, or a movement as I like to call it, that's based on public service, community outreach, turned out the largest voter turnout in Ward 3 history. That's what I'm most proud about.
The shooting of an unarmed man by a cop in South Carolina has an entire nation once again on edge. The need to get all the facts in before passing judgment is difficult, if not impossible, when there is video. And the community, with a recent discourse over law enforcement and attack on people of color, might be able to help in this newest discussion. So let's welcome back to Midpoint the former mayor of Ferguson, Missouri, steadfast in his resolve to repair the damage done to his community, Brian Fletcher. Brian, thanks so much for joining us, and should I say, congratulations, City Councilman.
Thank you very much, Ed. I appreciate that.
You were running for city council this time in Ward 2, and as a matter of fact, it was a rather resounding victory, if you would. You beat a gentleman named Bob Hudgens, 58 to 42%. And this was a guy who many people thought was going to take you out, quite frankly, because he was a street protester turned candidate. And I think they probably slapped at you because you're the old guard. It seems like the old guard is still pretty good in Ferguson, huh?
Yeah, this old dog has some new tricks, and I'm just ecstatic that the people could see through all the nonsense and see that I still had a value for the city and came out on top. I'm just happy as a lark.
Is the most important thing here is that the turnout was 30%, and to most people that doesn't sound like a lot, but that was double the last municipal election. So what we are seeing here is a problem in a city and in a community, and actually galvanizing the people and getting them out to make the difference at the polls.
That is absolutely correct. It was a great turnout for a municipal election here in Ferguson. I think the people, for a number of reasons, had 8 months of attention brought on them, and they didn't want to disappoint. They wanted to show the nation that they do care about their community. And I'm just happy to be a part of the process, the part of moving forward, making progress for our city, getting back some normalcy back to our lives. It's a new day in Ferguson, a great new beginning.
Is normal possible, though, at this point, Brian, and how long is it going to take?
Well, it's going to take a while to heal. It's going to take a while for people to feel there's trust in their police department. Some of that lack of trust is unwarranted, however, and I think as time goes on, they'll see that. We have a lot to do. We've got to hire a new city manager. We need to get a new police chief, a new municipal judge, several police officers, and we're going right into budget negotiations. And as you know, the revenue stream from the tickets was an issue with the Department of Justice, so we're going to have to find a way to set our priorities and still provide the quality services that we've always done.
We need to point out that out of the three that were actually elected, you the third, that Ella Jones was elected. She was a critic of the city government, first of all. There was another one, Wesley Bell, had the backing of several current council members. These are two new African-American members of the council. How important is it to you that these are the people that are there, and a critic of the government is now sitting there and is going to speak for that portion of the community?
Well, Ella Jones is a wonderful person. I think she is a level-headed person. She's had some criticisms of the city, as many African Americans have, but I think she's level-headed enough. I know her personally, and I do feel we'll have a wonderful relationship. And Wesley Bell is a great addition in the 3rd Ward. He was supported by a lot of people in the city, and he's a bright, young attorney. And I think he has a wonderful future ahead of him in Ferguson.
He apparently, and according to this story that I'm reading, he drives a forklift for a living, and he said, quote, "We want to see some color on the police force, some color on the city council." Isn't it fair to say that Ferguson now has to look to come into 2015 and has to have a police force that still better represents the community? That's going to be a big key.
It will be. It's difficult to find enough African Americans that graduate the police academy, and when they do, they are usually snatched up by communities that might be able to pay a little higher price. But we're going to work very hard. We're going to offer some police academy scholarships to minorities, and I think that will help increase. Plus, I think just the attention we've got from the national and local media about not having enough representation in our community, that I think that will attract some interest as well from some quality candidates.
It has to bother you a little bit, Brian, when certain people say certain things and they put events together. And I heard not once, not twice, but 3 times in the last 12 hours, I heard members of the media use what is happening in South Carolina, and in the same sentence, they used the word Ferguson. They were attempting to put the two of them together, which comes right back to what happened there. It is an entirely different situation. It is not even close, but you've got to know that from now on, your community, your town is always going to be that first thing when people are going to say something like, let's not get Fergusonized or something like that. It's going to happen for a long time.
I think there's going to be people on pins and cushions anytime a similar situation occurs with a police officer and an individual. They're being very cautious with their wording and judgments because they don't want any rioting or looting or protesting. So I think they do look at Ferguson as an issue, and it's troubling to us that we're looked at in a negative view. But I think, you know, from where we're going to go forward, that eventually will be a very positive presentation of our city, and I'm looking forward to being a part of this progress.
What kind of reaction did you have when you saw, and I'm going to assume for a moment, but the video in South Carolina of the officer shooting the unarmed man? What was your reaction?
Well, just first view, it looks very troubling. From what I can tell, it looked like he might have planted a taser to try to cover up what happened. And if that is what actually happened, then he needs to be punished, and rightfully so. But again, I haven't had too much time, as you probably haven't. But at first glance, it doesn't look very good for the officer.
With regard to the fact that people are always bringing up Ferguson, is it maybe, and I don't want to say a good thing, but it's proper in many ways, and maybe it helps get past a lot of what has gone on here. It happened. You have to deal with it on a daily basis, and you know that people are going to point that finger at you all the time.
Right. Yeah. It is a concern. But it also, and we can take this concern into a challenge and an opportunity. And in a few years, people will reflect back and not just remember the fact that Michael Brown was killed on August 9th of last year, but also how a wonderful community recovered as a result of that, and that we're now viewed as a model community on how to gain trust with our citizens and the police department. So again, I can't say enough that I'm just ecstatic to have this opportunity, that the people have put faith in me again. Even though I was seen as the establishment candidate, I think they saw through all the smoke and mirrors, and they're bringing me back to help serve the community.
And hopefully we will continue to tell this story, and it will wind up one day being the fact of how Ferguson came out of a really terrible situation. Councilman Brian Fletcher, thanks so much for joining us, my friend. We'll talk again.
Thank you, sir.
All right, take care. A new study that could spell the death knell of the two-party system. Coming up next on Midpoint.